AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Pip is number 2 in MVP voting, or number 3 in '94 when Mike retires. Dream wins it that year. I'm not rolling. I can't give Scottie Pippen the MVP.
Yeah, me.
I can't. Okay. For me, I can't do that.
Can I ask y'all a question? Just
yeah.
Briefly. Who had a more effect on the game, Scottie Pippen or Steve Nash?
Oh, that's Steve Nash, bro.
Nash.
Nash had more effect on the game than Scottie Pippen?
So,
cool.
All right.
Please,
when you but when you ask that, you mean like when they're playing ball? Because like when I hear that, I'm hearing before Steph Curry, Steve Nash turned it into this thing because of the rule changes. He's the guy who ushered in this whole era. If we're being real, they made him the logo of that.
Scottie Pippen is probably the start of the point forward. So let's not act like I'm not advocating for Scottie Pippen because I'm a Scottie Pippen fan. I'm just asking this question because when Steve Nash won those MVPs, a lot of people don't agree with him winning those MVPs. That's all I'm saying. So
that's
right, but when I hear affects the game, I'm hearing influence. And right. I don't know if anybody influenced the game more than Steve Nash did, especially like AI, Steve Nash, and then you got Steph Curry. That's the evolution of it to me. And Pippen, don't get me wrong, that needs to be talked about more, what you're saying. That point forward that guarded up. He is the 3-and-D point forward. He's the prototypical player for today. So hell yeah, you're right. But the commercialization of it, what they really want, I think changing the point guard more like a Steve Nash, he has that, especially with the MVPs. He should be on this list, actually, of a player that never won an MVP. That was great.
To be honest, I mean, it's debatable. I think that's just revisionist history. At the end of the day, if you go back and
in real time, we were saying that.
I don't know about that. In real time, people were amazed at what he was leading, him, D'Antoni, what they was doing over there. Like for multiple seasons, they were changing. Like we talk about it now because social media is heavy and we could pump it out 24/7 and all of that. On how Steph Curry and Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors changed basketball. That shit was happening. The styles, changes were happening during that run in Phoenix. That getting up more shots, that spreading the floor, that having a lot of shooters on the floor, playing Amari at the 5, like all of that shit was revolutionary during the time that they was doing it. And I mean,
so back to Pippen, did the game really, did he crack it and break it open? Were the rules there for him to do that? Which is back to your question, AllBall. That's what happened with Steve Nash. Regardless of the MVP talk, he cracked open this whole new era. He was the face of that. So when you ask who was more impactful on the game, I don't know if we talking about the culture, the play style, or you talking about, would you rather have Steve Nash on the court or Scottie Pippen? I don't know how you, maybe you asking it the latter.
No. I'm just trying to make a case for, guys that, when Kendrick Perkins say Kawhi Leonard, in his opinion, is the greatest player to never win an MVP. I'm just trying to make a case for guys that I think, had a better case than Kawhi Leonard. Because for one, it's a regular season award. For two, Kawhi Leonard never plays enough games in the regular season to get that award. So, Kendrick Perkins do win his runs in the playoffs. I'm saying if we're going to make a case that Scottie Pippen shouldn't even be in this conversation, which I'm fine with, I'm just asking, okay, because it's a lot of people we know won MVPs that shouldn't have won it. But the person that comes at the top of that list is Steve Nash. People always say how Shaq got robbed and this and that. So I'm just saying, because if Steve Nash got one, Jason Kidd should have an MVP.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.